Good afternoon, students. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about some inventions, some people who invent things and why they invent them. Things you're using now, like your phone, the computers we use, those were all invented by somebody. We're going to go back before that. We're going to go back, way back. Way back to the Industrial Revolution, which is when this country started on its way to becoming the country we are now. We started industrializing, making machines that could make things easier for us so we didn't have to build everything by hand. I've handed out before class, everybody has a piece of paper with an inventor's name on it and a year on it. Some of you have the invention, some of you have the years. And every year we get more and more dependent on technology. This goes back to a time before we had technology. So, when do you think this started? About when? No, not 30 years ago. It was longer than that. The 1950s, okay? Close. You're about 100 years off. 1850, correct. That's right about in the middle of it, and it went in from the early 1800s to the early 1900s. And it was called the First Industrial Revolution and the Second Industrial Revolution. That's when the United States had businesses in the East, and they were building a bunch of things, and they needed ways to get places and to get there faster and to build things faster, and this is what inventors came up with. We went from the telegraph, which was just tap, 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 tap to Morse code. Those went together. Tap, tap, tap. To somebody, you know what? That's not enough for me. I have to talk to somebody. I don't know all this tapping stuff. That stuff's crazy. Alexander Graham Bell comes up and goes, you know what? I have something where you can talk to people. You can not only just tap, tap, tap to them, you can actually kid them. Go, hello, and they'll be able to hear you. And of course that went into our cell phones, where now you can be anywhere and talk to anybody, as long as you have a cell tower close enough. Okay, and then we have Daimler. He invents the car. That's all great and good, but the car, they all have to be built by hand. You got to put them all together. Every little part has to be together. And because of that, the car cost like $8 million. It cost a lot of money to build a car when they first came out. So then this Ford guy says, you know what? I can make them real quick. And they'll all be cheaper for everybody, but I'll still make my money because I'll make a lot of them. What did he come up with? He came up with the assembly line. That means everybody has a part, they put it in, when you reach the end, the car's into it. Why do you think one invention leads to another? Jessica? Correct. One invention leads to another because it's not fast enough. It's not good enough. People want more. Person sees... Yes, Steve? Yes. Right, a person sees that, you know what? That's not enough. People will pay if I do this, if I do more of this. Some inventions, like the internet, that was done by the government. People are making money off of it now, but when it started, it was a government thing because nobody could see any way to make money of it. That's how some of these are. Like when a car was first built, that was just for farmers to get around on the farm. They had no idea everybody would have a car and they'd be driving everywhere. Right, they want more. Okay, let's go a little bit further into why people invent things. I always think I'd be a great inventor. I have ideas coming out left, right. I have an idea for everything. But what I realize is that these guys keep getting it wrong until they finally get it right. But they have a different mentality than I do. I'd be like, wrong, oh my God. Wrong, oh jeez. Wrong, I quit. But they were like, no.